Hello, everybody. Can we get a quick sound check? Can you just let me know if you can hear me? You should hear the game clanking in the background, and if Natalie says hello, you should be able to hear her as well.
Good evening, everyone. Matt didn't forget to go live then for a second, did you?
Totally didn't. I was counting it down, right? 45 seconds. All right, 15 seconds. And then... Oh, no, it's meant to go live now. Matt, sort your mic out. What do you mean sort my mic out? I'm not turning it off.
Unfortunately, they can hear you.
Oh, gutted. I'm really sorry for you. Welcome to tonight's stream, everybody. Tonight we are having a look at the Bahnstrecke Reisa Dresden. I have no idea how you're supposed to say it. I'm going to assume I got Dresden right, at least.
Just say it with confidence and everyone will think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it.
Place in Germany to other place in Germany. I'm not turning the camera off, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to look at play a couple of scenarios, and then finish up with a little bit of rail fanning that was recommended to me by one of the authors. Reisa, is it Reisa, Sebsis, or is that Riesa? I can't quite work out from that if it's Reisa or Riesa.
I would pronounce that Riesa because someone put you say it Riesa.
Riesa, right? Mika says Riesa. There you go, Riesa. So it's not like the place in Star Trek, then. Yeah.
Is the place in Star Trek?
Yeah, the planet, recreational planet they go to in Star Trek. Anyway, yes. So there's a good selection of stock that's included in this particular route. So there's the scenarios are for the BR101, BR189, which is freight, BR146. There's .0 and .2, if I remember rightly, and then you've got the cab cars to go with them. There's the Talent 2. Mike did send me a link, a list earlier on. Let me try and find.
Do you want me to read out? Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll find the list.
I'll get the scenario started.
A scenario tonight?
Sorry?
Are you going to be doing a scenario tonight?
I'm doing 2 scenarios tonight because that's how I roll.
All right, I have the list of stock. Do you want me to read it out while you're loading everything?
Yep.
So, you have the DBBR. I'm not going to do DBBR on all of them, actually. The 146.0 in DB Livery, the 146.2 in DB Livery, the 101 in DB Livery. You've seen a theme here. The 189 in DB Livery, the 442 in DB Livery, and the
cab car.
EAB P's
Cab car.
Yeah, that.
It's the Dosto cab car.
There's actually loads. There's more stuff I can't really pronounce very well. The DBPZA Doppelstock coaches.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't. Are you supposed to like pronounce them with all the letters? Or
no, the letters actually in the name are the specification. It tells you, for example, if it's got the capital A or the capital B, it tells you if it's first class or second class. And whether it's got pneumatic brakes, I think is the P. The letters tell you about it. There is. I can send you a link later on. There is a. They basically tell you exactly what that coach is capable of and what it's consisted of. So that's how you tell them apart. So it's not a name. It is. You just read out the letters.
Okay. So what does SGGRSS stand for?
I haven't got the list in my top. It's a container wagon. Someone on the chat can go look up the. There is a website that lists what a lot of these codes are, but
okay.
But yes, it'll be telling you what kind of some of that will be telling you it's a container train.
Well, there's a bunch of coaches, basically.
Some coaches, some wagons.
Yeah, and there's wagons. They've all got fancy letters in front of them.
Let me have a quick look. There is. So the AR Kim's AIVMZA BMPZ, they're the Intercity coaches.
Right.
SGDRSS is the container wagons. And it also includes the ONE containers. Pink containers. They've got the Zakans ZACNS tanker wagons. So all I care about is it's got pink container wagons. So we're done. Right, today you drive the Regional Express on line 50 from Dresden to Riesa. A colleague takes over in Riesa. I'm going to say it right one day. Please allow passengers to board before departing. Right, so we're doing 2 scenarios tonight. I'm doing this scenario with PZB turned on, which means I'm going to be stuck in the cab. right? So we're going to be in the cab. I'll do an occasional bit outside, but then in a second scenario, which will be a fast one, we will do without PZB and CIFA on, but we will spend our time outside, and we'll say more of the outside of the route. So hopefully you'll get the sort of the wider impression of both the technical aspects of the route with PZB, CIFA and signalling, and the general. We will look at the outside of the route when we're driving, but I won't spend a lot of time. Otherwise, I will be missing all of my alarms and mayhem and fun and bad stuffs.
Well, yes, I don't think everybody wants to just watch you stuck in the middle of the track all night.
No. Well, they probably do, actually. They probably do. Knowing this lot, they probably actually would appreciate that more, but tough, basically. Right, let's get the headlights set on, because we need headlights. We are good to go. Let's get out of... we are leaving Dresden. We're heading for Dresden Mitte. PZB is currently telling us we're at 45 limit. You taking notes, Nat?
I am taking notes, considering I have to learn how to use PZB soon.
So we're driving the Talent 2, coming out of Dresden Station here. 45 limit because we're currently in monitoring. And as you can see, this is the very beautiful Dresden Station.
Oh wow. That is pretty. It's so busy, so many different tracks.
Yeah, it's very, very busy. There's a lot going on. I already missed a CIFA.
Are you going to end up in the minus scoring again?
Ah, you know what? I did a test run on this exact scenario earlier on, and the score I was able to achieve was like minus 6,000. But to be fair, I had all the safety systems on, and I had no headset on, so I couldn't actually hear anything that was going on.
Why would you do that without the
Because I was trying to work while I was playing the game as well. I thought if I had all the safety systems on, I could chat to people and do work at the same time as driving the train, and that would go well. Apparently minus 6,000 says otherwise.
Oh my goodness.
Dear, oh dear. This route has two different types of signalling. So we're in the more modern signalling area at the moment, which is signals that you're more familiar with. Right, my PZB is cut me out of monitoring, so I'm okay to speed up. Get up to 60 on the line speed.
Lovely.
Got a green light up there, but yes, at a certain point along the route, it is at Coswig, if I remember rightly, we switch over to an older form of signalling, and it's like everything you thought you knew about PZB and signalling. Well, not PZB, but signalling, right out the window, because the HL signals, there are something like 12 different aspects that that you've got to learn. They're all covered in the manual, so
which I'm currently looking at.
Yeah. It's so they're all there. You've got stuff that you can look at, and I won't just flash it up, but essentially, there's that. When we get to them, I'll call them out and show you, what they look like. They look, suspiciously similar, which will just trick you. But there's something that you look at on there, the horizontal row of lights, which is a good indicator that you're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
So what does PZB do? Like, how does it work exactly? What is its purpose? Because like how CIFA shouts at you so you're not asleep, right?
Yep. PZB is making sure that you are driving according to the signal rules. So the PZB, when a light is telling you that, so the information a light is telling you. So this one's a bad example because it's a green light.
Okay.
So that's telling me I'm clear to go. So the magnet down there on the rails will be off. It won't tell me anything. But if they say, for example, that was saying slow down to 60, then the PZB's job is to see if I'm paying attention to that, basically. So the first thing I would do is say, that's something I need to understand. And you press the acknowledge button to say, something just happened that I need to deal with or understand. So that's the purpose of the acknowledge key. And then what PZB is doing then is saying, well, if you were asked to slow down, are you slowing down? And so there's a very simple set of rules that it applies, which is it won't necessarily check that you're slowing down to 60. If you're driving along at, say, 120 kilometres an hour and you get a expect 6 comes up on there, then it will just expect you to get down to 85 because that's the monitoring point that it uses if you're in this PZB mode. So it's quite a coarse system, but if the chances are that if you're not even paying attention, you won't even pay attention to that, let alone whether you're paying attention to the 60. So it's there basically just to see if you're doing, and to stop you if you're not, roughly following what you're expected to do.
So if you're following the speed limits quite well, like say you're behaving, it's not gonna bite you too hard.
You still need to do your acknowledgements. And you do need to make sure that you're slowing down at the correct rate. So, for example, this route, much like some of the TSW routes, has got speed control magnets, speed checking magnets. So what that means is if you're going really fast and there's a drop, say, from 160 to 130 kilometers an hour, and if you know the braking capability of the loco is really quite good, so you leave it till the last minute and jam on the brakes, then the speed checking magnet will stop you. Because you're not slowing, it'll be checking to see if you're at, say, 145 kilometers an hour at the right point along there. So you still need to pay attention to what's going on and slow down at the right rate.
We all know how I brake. This is not gonna. This doesn't bode well for me at all, does it?
But what you'll find is, after you've practiced on PZB a couple of times, you'll find that you just naturally pay more attention to it. Which is not particularly stream friendly, because I'm at the moment, I'm really focused on what's going on out of the window, and I'm paying very little notice of what's going on in the chat, so apologies chat, but mostly because I'm out of practice, to be fair. So I used to be a lot more comfortable with PZB, but I've been playing British trains for ages, so it's I need to get back into playing German trains. So yeah, you just find it, you'll be naturally paying more attention. And I think because when Sam said he found it really fun, is because you're doing a lot more to drive the train. It feels like normally driving a train is just babysitting. When you're just managing the speed. Whereas with PZB, you've got stuff to do, stuff to remember, and so you're having to do that. And now you feel more like you're flying the plane within the channel, if you like the old games. It's a bit more that kind of thing. So it feels more like you're doing stuff. Hello, everybody in chat. Apologies. Yeah, as I said, I'm not ignoring you on purpose. Good evening, Chief Engineer.
Could you show the map, please?
Yes. So this is Dresden, and we are coming around here. Got the yard here. Then you've got both lines. So you've got the high-speed line up the outside here, and the regional line up the inside. You've got some more yards and fun stuff here until you get to Riesa.
Oh my goodness, look at all that.
And yard stuffs. So there's quite a lot of potential for freight, which is why freight is included in the pack, and all sorts of good stuff. Lots of interesting yards there. So there's quite a lot of good stuff you can do on there. Riesa-Dresden is now next in 6 kilometers. We currently have nothing on the PZB, so we can run to line speed, which is 80 kilometers an hour.
Nice.
Backlin, used to use your phone while driving before doing PZB. No, you don't even take your eyes off the screen. Yeah, When I'm driving a German train, I'm laser focused, and I enjoy it more because of it.
I am actually dreading the challenge now. This is going to be dreadful for me because I can't brake to save my life, and I'm going to be trying to read the chat and do PZB at the same time. Wish me luck.
When you do the challenge, just tell everybody, I'm doing the challenge now, folks. Watch it, and then go and have a look at the chat when you do your stops.
Okay, that's good.
When you're driving, focus on your driving.
Everyone can bombard me with questions while we're stopping.
My biggest problem is, because I flip between British and American and German routes all the time, is remembering which side of the track the signals are on. So I'll see a signal that's yellow and a signal that's green, and I have to think for a moment more than I perhaps should do about, is that a signal I need to worry about? No, my one is green. Okay. Whereas when I play lots and lots of German routes in sync, it becomes instinct. I only look on the right. And then, of course, I have problems when I run my first British route after a while, and they're on the left again. Right, accelerating up to 160 kilometers an hour.
Lovely. Who's doing the challenge tomorrow? Tomorrow's Jamie. It's his birthday today, so everybody wish him a happy birthday tomorrow.
It's today, isn't it?
Yeah, so they can wish him tomorrow because they can't do it today.
Yeah. Oh, we wished him yesterday.
Yeah, tomorrow everyone will be like, hope you had a lovely birthday yesterday.
Oh yes, Jamie.
And then they'll be like, how did you know? You can say it's because you care.
Tell him he looks really old. Has he aged since the last stream?
That's so mean. Don't be mean.
That was BR 101 with IC coaches heading in the other direction. There's
Toby's asking, is LZB also active on this train?
That I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think this route even has LZB on it. I don't know. Oh, I missed a PZB. See, I took my eyes off it for just a minute. And there goes my score. We're in negative town now.
Oh dear.
Now I'm in restricted monitoring because I'm basically on the naughty step.
Oopses. I've already asked this question to Matt before, so now I'll ask you, Nat. What's your favourite Japanese high-speed train, if you have a favourite? Now, I don't really know anything about Japanese high-speed, if I'm being completely honest.
Series 500.
Do you want to say that again so I can write it down?
The Hello Kitty Series 500.
Are you serious?
Serious.
That's not a thing.
It is a thing. Google it. It's a bright pink train with ears on it.
That can't be a thing.
It's Japanese. Of course it can be a thing.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to look that up.
The Hello Kitty Series 500, folks. It's amazing. I'm so proud to live in a time that such a thing can exist.
Okay, let's have a look.
The Series 500 is also my favourite Japanese train, just because it's like this, basically, arrow on rails.
Oh my gosh.
See? She's seeing the greatness.
It looks like a toy.
Now look for the pictures of the interior. It's even got a bright pink interior.
I can't believe someone made that. That's incredible and ridiculous and amazing. Okay, interior. Interior. There is so much pink in there. Have you been on it? If you haven't, you need to.
Oh no, I haven't been on it. It makes me sad every day that I haven't been on it.
You've got to, at some point, you've got to go on it. How brilliant's that? Oh gosh. I love it. Apparently some other people have Googled it as well.
Everyone needs pink Hello Kitty train in their lives at least once.
Oh gosh. Is my role associated with Train Sim World 2 or TS 2021 at DTG? So I usually spend most of my time with Train Sim World 2 stuff, but I do occasionally help out on Train Simulator as well. So I can answer your questions if you have them usually, or I can try to. Yeah. Cool.
It's all fine. That didn't happen.
What did you do?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You dirty little liar, what did you do? Chat, see what you did. Chat, what did he do?
It's fine. Look, see, you know,
Drop him in.
train is still mostly in the platform. Look at this, narrow gauge tracks, look. So we're at Radical Austin, there is actually a narrow gauge railway here.
Oh, cool. You're trying to brake the same way I do. Not very successfully.
Look, pink container wagons, eh?
Oh. Yeah, you're being asked if you did a Natalie. I feel like it was a mini Natalie.
I think it was a mini Natalie, I agree.
So for anybody who's a bit late to the stream, what train are you currently driving?
This is a BR442 Talent 2. Let me pop outside so you can see it. The so-called hamster cheeks.
Is a Train Simulator route easier than a Train Sim World route? Do you mean to drive? What would you say Which ones would you say are easier to get to grips with, Matt?
I mean, then generally passenger trains with multiple units like this one, because I'm driving this train. If we didn't have PZB turned on, you'd be driving this train with 2 keys. You know, the same with Train Sim World. It's you find the easiest trains are the ones that you drive just with a single combined power handle.
Yeah.
Whereas the more complicated ones have got separate controls, and more complicated ones still have got things like craziness like lapped brakes. But something like this is really, really easy train to drive, and so easy to not miss stations, as I'm demonstrating superbly well.
Does the wiper sound work on this one? Yes?
Sounds like wiper sound to me.
I can't hear it, so I'm going to have to trust your judgment.
Well, hopefully everyone watching can hear it. So.
Yeah, well, I can't hear it because of the way we have everything set up.
It's S-Bahn Regional and Intercity on this one, Tin Kulas. So it comes with the BR101 for Intercity, the 146.0 and 146.2 for Regional Bahn, and it comes with the Talent 2 for, I think, S-Bahn and Regional.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you who are currently curious about purchasing this route, you can get it today. We currently have a 10% discount on Steam, so it's $22.49 at the moment in pounds. I don't know how much it would be in euros. Do you know the conversion?
Nope.
Don't know the conversion.
Haven't a clue.
Usually it's around like 40 something, I think. Guesstimate.
It's a really pretty route though, this.
Mm-hmm.
Saw it for the first time earlier on today when I was making sure it was all working. And
it's so detailed.
It is, and there's some really nice touches, and there's some really complex junctions as well. So the journey itself is quite interesting. It's not just a straight. So as you've got things like this junction here, and you've got stuff going on over here. That there's always interesting stuff going on. Right, that was a slow down. I think we're on HL signals now. That was a single flashing yellow, which means a thing. Let me have a look on the instructions here. Single flashing yellow, slow down to 40 or 60. There you go. So let's slow down to 60.
Ooh.
So yeah, approaching Coswig is where you switch over to the older style HL signals. There we go, we've got 60 coming up. We'll see what this signal's got in it. I'm assuming, if I remember rightly, this signal's actually got the 6 on it.
Jana Dunk's asking, is this a DTG product or third party? So this is a Dovetail Games product.
This is a DTG product, yes.
Yep.
Yes, so that was definitely a good example of an HL signal, because it's got that yellow bar of lights underneath it. They're a really good, a good hint that you've got something that's, you know, not what you're used to. So there's this bar of lights which can either be green or yellow. So what I'd recommend is if you pick this route up, and you know, why wouldn't you, then go and have a look at the manual and absolutely look at the page on the signals and have it up. Print it out, put it on your tablet or your phone, or have it to hand, because the first few times you run it, you know, it's not the signals you're used to, HL signals. It's not like HP and KS signals where they kind of do the same job, but they're just in a different shape package essentially. There's a lot of, you know, similarity there. If you know one, then you kind of know the other, kind of. But HL has a different set of rules and has more complex instructions. It's still speed-based signaling. It's still, you know, giving you the same sorts of instructions, but there's more types of instructions it can give. So, which is quite interesting. Again, it's one of the fun things about when you understand the German signals is you can drive a route without having ever driven it before, because the signals are telling you when to speed up, slow down, and what to do, and you don't have to know, you know, be sitting there going, oh my, where's the next speed, you know, the speed I need for a turnout or something. So that's a clear aspect. So we're good. And this is Coswig, so we're going to be stopping here. Well, hopefully.
Steam Trains Unlimited said apparently there are 13 signals to get used to. 13 different ones.
13?
That's quite a lot. Let me have a look at the manual. It might be. Wow. That's great. Let's have a look at these signals. There are. I'm gonna count them from the manual right now.
Looks like 20 to me.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, it's 20. 20. It's quite a lot.
Right. I'm getting negative points at every stop now, which is just reinforces how well I'm doing.
How do you end up getting negative points at every stop? Is it because you're late every time?
Because once you start being late, then you just carry on being late.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Becomes negative point hype. Right. Finballer is next.
Is this BR442 the same as the one on Munich to Garmisch?
I don't know. I think it's the same class. I don't know if it's exactly the same train or whether it's had modifications.
Okay.
It's the same type of train for sure.
Mm-hmm. Apparently the next stop should be, I can't pronounce that. Wimbola?
Finballer.
Yeah. But apparently there's a typo and an E is missing.
Ah. Talent 2 in the other direction. Right, we're at 120 now. Next station's just under 3 kilometres away. There it is, on the HUD.
Yeah.
I'm all about the negative points, tiny boy games. I play golfing rules. Lowest scores wins.
LaserJet. Natalie, should I send you links for the German signalling system of PZB and LZB and CFOT? Thanks for the offer, but would you believe I've actually already been sent it from the people I work with because they don't want me to just be stuck in the middle of the track the whole stream.
I do. I think it'd be funny.
It would be funny until I started crying.
Oh yeah, you picked up the Humble Bundle, did you, F-Door? Excellent.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, don't forget the Humble Bundle, folks. That's a tremendous deal. Whether it's to pick up stuff or if you've not bought the game and you're thinking about it, now is a great time.
Got a couple of nice sales on at the moment, actually.
People ask about it, but I don't know what they're saying. They're saying what sales are on, and I don't know the answer to that. So
I think at the moment we've got the Lunar sale on as well. But I don't know what's included in it off the top of my head.
sorry, Eradication God, I haven't seen what you were saying.
Let's have a look.
I'm going to flip the tables on Toby when I'm going to aim to get the lowest score in the challenge and then say, "Ha lowest score
No
wins."
way. You have to win finally. Like, I'm going to try my hardest and I will shock everyone, including myself, if I win. But in the likely event that I don't, you have to win.
Or Jamie. Jamie can do amazing.
Jamie did.
Jamie,
really
I'm rooting for Jamie at the moment. Actually, he was exuding all sorts of confidence yesterday on stream. He said he was either going to beat Sam or fail utterly with a spad. He felt those were his two likely probable outcomes.
And he's not on a potato anymore.
No, there's no excuses. I'm going to do my best to try and remember not to run a dev build.
I can't believe you disqualified yourself. Moggy said anyone but Sam, really. Yes. That is basically
I don't think any of us could cope with the smug.
Oh, I know. 3 times in a row. Can you imagine? Yeah.
Niederau is next. 1.84 kilometres.
brilliant.
It ain't over till it's over, Laserjet. I could spad, you know.
True. Or you could disqualify yourself.
Or I could disqualify myself for some other unbeknown reason.
Yeah.
That would only be slightly annoying. I was really gutted. I had such a good run, and it was absolutely worked really, really well. And then it's like someone messaged me afterwards and said, "Did you realise that build had such and such a fix on it?" Like, you're kidding. You're kidding.
And you had such a good score as well. Like, regardless of the update, I think you would have won anyway.
They said that it was within a margin that they weren't 100% sure, but they thought you probably would have won even if it was on the original build. Yeah. But it wasn't like it was if it was 2,000 difference, then it wouldn't have made any difference. It would have been but it was close enough. It was like, yeah, we couldn't be 100% sure. And I'm like, if I'm going to win, I'm going to win with honour. I'm not going to win like that.
Yeah.
I have some pride. Might not look like it sometimes, but
well, it was very honourable of you to disqualify yourself.
Yes.
Very sportsmanlike.
We've got to have drama in this whole thing, though, haven't we? This is the whole thing. If they're going to have disqualifications and drama in it, what's the point of the challenge, really?
Exactly. We've got a nice new scoreboard as well. I'm going to share with everybody tomorrow.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah. So how are you enjoying this route?
Oh, I'm loving it. This kind of journey is my favourite kind of journey because I'm starting and stopping. And let's ignore the score and the fact that's going down ever more. But this is my kind of thing. I like start and stop type things. But for those that like the express stuff, which we're going to do in a minute after this, the IC journeys, it's basically after the first. You do Dresden, then start a station just outside Dresden. I can't remember if it's Mr. or the next one, and then it's just a non-stop run to Riesa. So it's for those of you that want to just run at full line speed and look after the train at the high speed, it does that as well. So it's quite cool.
So this route has quite a lot included with it, really, like a bit of something for everyone.
It's got a really nice, I think from looking at the stock list, there's actually a really nice variety. It caters for all interests, really.
Yeah, definitely.
With freight, local passenger, and the high speed passenger. So it's a nice variety.
Particularly good for those of you that I guess that like a little bit of everything.
Yes, and for those of you that like to learn new things, obviously there's the HL signals, which that's a new thing to learn. If you don't want to, if you're a bit, don't be wary of the HL signals. You can treat them like you do the normal signals. If you see a green light and nothing else, then you're clear to go. If you see anything else, probably should be stopping or slowing down. It's you can follow the normal. It might not give you the best times, but at least you'll be able to run the route and you'll enjoy it still. If you want to, there is new stuff to learn here as well, which is one of my favourite things actually, because I like learning new stuff in the game.
Oh yeah, I must say, I do enjoy learning as much as I have been, because obviously I've come in as a complete novice, and I've just learned so much in the chat. The community are so helpful when I have questions. It's great.
You want me to do a 5k run before the challenge? But I'd be dead before I got to the challenge. Harsh.
Oh, gosh. Can we talk about Eurostar? What would you like us to talk about with the Eurostar?
They're nice trains. They're nice and fast.
They are. I've been on one.
I've been on one. I didn't actually leave the country, but I've been on one. It was basically before they opened High Speed 1. They did safety tests and evacuation trials.
Is this the one where you had to get out in a tunnel or near a tunnel?
They did an emergency stop of the train and then evacuated the entire train to another train. It was brilliant. But I got to ride on the first 300 km/h train in the UK, and still not managed to leave the country.
The peer is asking, is there any way to see the next signal aspect on the UI overlays like in Train Sim World 2?
No, there isn't. It was never put into this one where you could actually see the next signal aspect. So you can only see the fact that there is a signal coming up. So it's meant to replicate. The theory was that this was replicated. The HUD along the bottom replicates the knowledge that you have as a driver. So as a driver, you know where signals are, but you don't know what aspect that signal has got. And so that was why it doesn't show you the aspect of the signal. But for Train Sim World 2, one of the things a power move. One of the things that people, said about that is they wanted to see the upcoming aspect, because it does mean you can take your eye off and put your eye back again, and you don't feel like you've missed anything. Whereas without that information, if you don't see that signal as it goes past, oh my word, what signal was it? And now you've got to drive, hoping, fingers crossed, the next one isn't a red. But no, you can't do that on this one.
I saw someone asking, is the Eurostar route on the official DTG roadmap?
No.
It is not. And I don't think there's any plans for it to be, is there?
No.
And Efdor said, did Natalie not know anything about trains before she worked at DTG? I knew nothing about trains, except for some limited knowledge about the Hogswoods Express, which I didn't even know all of that until Jamie told me. So I have learned an awful lot these past 6 months.
Chief Engineer, there's always chances for anything to be added at some point.
Yeah.
The only thing that really matters is if it's on the roadmap, because anything else beyond that is story time. Roadmap is where things are actually happening, but there's always a chance something can go on, anything can go on. Even the Eurostar could go on at some point.
It could.
Anything can happen in the future, but until you see it on the roadmap, it ain't.
Yeah. LaserJet's asking, Natalie, how many times have you spadded on Southeastern? Fun fact, LaserJet, I've never actually spadded.
Lies.
I haven't. I've come close to spadding. That's why I didn't know what a spad was for ages. I was like, what is a spad? And then it's signal. Past it danger, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But I've done my fair share of overshoots.
Right, coming up on Priestwitz.
DTG want to build every route in the world. Yes, we do. We want every single one on there, don't we?
All the trains on all the routes in all of the time periods.
One day you will have that Hello Kitty.
I want my Hello Kitty Shinkansen Series 500.
Yes, you will. One day.
To be honest, if it's in TSW2 and I just get a Series 500, I can use the livery editor and make my dreams come true.
Maybe that's what I should do for the livery editor.
Or for licensing reasons, make it a Goodbye Doggy or something, I don't know.
Yeah. Goodbye Doggy. Oh gosh. Yeah, the Hello Kitty license would be a little bit pricey.
You'll be an adult. You'll be more than an adult, Tiny Boy Games. Did you realise how much everything in quotes is? Let's have a look outside. Look at this. So we did get external help for a number of bits of the route, and one of them is the signalling was done by a second party developer who worked on that. Did a really nice job on it actually, and used the. So for those of you that know the German modding community where they make their own stuff, they developed their own signal system, which is being used here, and the author of that was involved in some of this stuff as well. So it's a really nice signalling system that's been put in. It's been set up really nicely as well. Right, non-crits is next. German community for train sim is big. It certainly is, and they're all amazing. The stuff they produce is so good.
Yeah, I didn't realise like how popular the like train simulators were in Germany until I started here as well. Like they're hugely popular in Germany, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, model railways are incredibly popular, and just there is a lot of railway enthusiasm in Germany generally.
Yeah.
Which doesn't surprise me, because the network is actually really, really interesting even now. As railway networks modernise, they become less and less interesting because they become more optimal, which means you don't have all the interesting operations and so forth. Whereas in Germany, a lot of that stuff is still happening. They still have a huge variety of trains that run all over the place, including some really old ones in some cases, which makes it actually really interesting to be an enthusiast. There's a lot to go out and look for.
Quiet Fox is asking, is that beeping noise the PZB?
So that one is PZB. The solid tone that was on a minute ago, the high pitched one, was CIFA. And the one that goes bong 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 is a level crossing.
I'm sorry, the one that goes what?
Bong bong bong.
Oh, right, yes.
Or, words to that effect.
Yep.
Yes, bong bong bong. Bong bong bonge, okay. It's an accurate technical term, indeed.
Well, you're actually doing alright. You've only had one big upsie, haven't you?
Oh, I'm not doing bad. We haven't crashed it yet, so any landing you can walk away from.
Yeah. So I presume DTG has a very good relationship with DB. Imagine we do.
Well, we've got a good relationship with quite a number of operators. We do have a good relationship with Deutsche Bahn as well, but that's not really the reason that the DB route, the German routes, come out the way they do. It's just because it's an interesting network, and that's not that other networks aren't interesting, but a lot of other networks tend to be much more regional, which means that you tend to build a lot more different silos, which you don't really get with Germany. It tends to be much more, widely reusable stuff.
We were literally having that discussion before the stream started. Explain why, we haven't done Merseyrail, or why it's less likely to happen potentially.
Yeah, exactly, because the number of trains that run on there, where you could use those trains separately. Look at this, isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful.
What are we looking at here? 3.49 for non-crits, dropping the speed limit to 120. Evening, Eldest Kered. Nice username.
Joshua Murray said, have Matt make up all the in-cab sounds using his voice. I would love that. Can you imagine, like, if you could change your settings to Matt?
We have joked a couple of times, but none of us have got time to do that. The level of work required to back the joke up, of actually having the joke sound system of diesel engines being brum 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 brum, and
and like the horn just being like horn.
Yeah, exactly. Click, click as you move the controls around. We just think that would be hilarious, but that requires quite a lot of surprising amount of work. That's not a trivial thing to do. And
if it was easy to do, we'd have done it basically.
Yeah. It's incredibly silly.
Brandon the Railway Spotter is asking if you can play the horn or sound the horn. That's the word I'm looking for. Sound the horn.
Horn. Coming up on non-crits now. What about door open closing alarms? Okay. Ooh, lovely. Some allotments down there.
Lovely. I really like the scenery, like all the trees. It's pretty. It's very green. Sally has said, I'd really like to see something new from Austria.
I'll move the microphone there. That might be better, Rob.
They're having a bit of difficulty hearing you.
Apparently I'm only coming out of one ear.
How?
It might be because if I look this way, or I look this way, it might be that you're going into different parts. It's not a stereo microphone, though, I don't think, so... Technology, eh? You know, we have a great... You know, the stream has a history of having a fantastic time with stream audio, to be fair. I saw this station earlier on. I really love all the little details on it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to get up and walk around it now. You know.
Yeah.
Actually get in there. Where's my blank things? I can go up there and it goes bling. It makes me feel good when I hear that sound. Right. I think 2077. Shh. Sore subject. Right.
The stations look impressive, according to Kevin McGann.
Well, I would hope Kevin would think that. It is very good. I one of the things I noticed. In fact, there's some really nice detail models throughout the route, which I saw as I was going on, particularly around all of some of the more complex track work, where you can see all the flyovers and so forth. They're really good. That's what I think, anyway. This is why we show it, so that you don't have to listen to us saying, "Hey, that's really good. This is." Obviously, we're going to say that. Just see it for yourself. Judge for yourself.
Yeah. I really like it.
We'll be outside a lot more in the next run.
After said, in 10 years will Train Sim World have as many DLC as Train Simulator? Like, theoretically it could have as many as it has now, but Train Simulator is going to continue growing, so it's never really going to have as many, is it? They both grow at the same time.
They're both growing.
Both growing. Ben Roberts is asking, is this the high-speed section?
No. No. In fact, well, actually, we're off. The high-speed section is this bit up here. We went along this section, I think.
Okay. You go, Ben?
Oh, hang on.
Are you lying?
I net worth that one. And yet I only lost 91 points, and yet had I stopped there, I would have probably lost thousands of points for being late. Yeah, we missed that station entirely. Oh.
What are you going
Good news, we'll be early at the next station. There's always a silver lining.
And I get gyp for overshooting.
Oh, I'm well known for missing stations entirely.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Well done.
Rob, I don't think I've successfully finished a TS1 scenario in months, if not years. I usually fail them somewhere. 1 second late at a station or...
Nobody even wanted to see that station anyway.
Nah. Someone who modelled on that station is going, but that took the longest amount of time in the entire route to make. I'm just now a really bad person.
Oh gosh. So we're showing off the majority of the route.
We'll be going past it at high speed later on. Well, actually at this speed, because the speed doesn't really change for the other train on this line.
Oh gosh. That was funny.
More BR101 height.
That's tickled me, it really has. I can't believe we just did that.
Why not? I've done it loads of times.
This is just funny. It's just funny.
Everyone's got this belief. Natalie was saying, oh, well, you played the game the most. You make the game, solely you should be doing better. No.
Right?
No.
But chat must agree with me that theoretically Matt makes the games, so Matt should be the best at playing them.
No.
Because he made them. But no. Hey, I only missed the station once, and I reversed.
Yeah, that station's in my past. Never look back. You know what happens in real life? My son was on a train going train spotting at one point, and he was on a train that only rarely stops at a particular station, but he was on the one scheduled to stop there, and I guess the driver didn't realise he was on the train that was supposed to stop there either, because they went blasting through it. And then the guard came, or the train manager came on, and was like, "So you might have noticed we didn't stop at the train station we were supposed to have stopped at. Apologies, you'll have to get off at the next station and go back." Right, flashing yellow with a single yellow and a yellow bar. I'm just going to slow down. You know, it's there you go. I didn't slow down enough.
Oh no, it's all going. It's all going
wrong now. This is where I now forget that the 45 limit when we get back going again and put it in forwards. So off we go.
So Matt is demonstrating both how to.
I'm just ensuring that I'm demonstrating that PZB isn't assisted. It is working. It is watching what's going on. If you do it wrong, it will stop you. It is working. This is entirely demonstrating this aspect of it. There's nothing unintentional here at all.
Yeah. It's all going exactly as you plan.
This is the plan.
Yeah.
47245, indeed, JP. The infamous Nebworth 47. Smash that C4 button. Coming into Reisa. Going over the wet stuff.
Otherwise known as water.
Water.
Nice bridge. That was a nice bridge. I agree.
Yeah, it was. This whole area is really pretty, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Something nice and sprawling about German stations that, they take up lots of tracks and lots of real estate, and I feel that's appropriate for all trains. They should just spread out more and be, have more trains. 60 to 40 expect stop, yes. Yeah, I vaguely remembered that's what it was, and I wasn't slowing down hard enough because I wasn't thinking properly. I'm still not... I got the HL. This is my second journey with the HL signals, so I'm going to rattle off the excuses now. At any minute now, here it comes. It's probably chat's fault as well, to be fair.
Okay, yeah. Paul Wilkinson's asking, what's that screen at the far left above the white label? Which white label? Far left.
This one?
Oh, that one.
This would be the in-cab radio, which is not functional. It's the GSMR. So this is how the driver would communicate with the signal box.
Mm-hmm. Nigel said, Nat, didn't you miss a station with Sam a few streams ago? I will have you know, Nigel, that I reversed back into the station. So technically, we did a drive-by.
Apparently, I didn't complete that scenario, and I lost. Oh, I'm at minus. I beat my score from earlier. Yes. Right, let's get back to here, and let's do full speed to Riesa without the PZB overlords.
Well done, Matt. That was an exceptional score.
It was exceptional, absolutely exceptional. It was really good, except for how it was really bad.
Yeah. I also like how you have your own term as well, which was, oop, I did a Nebworth.
Yep.
And everybody knows. Everybody knows what that means.
You know the funniest thing about that? I see that in places now, in communities that have got nothing to do with me. And really? They don't even know where it came from.
That is hilarious.
I was just watching a stream. I was just sitting there, watching a stream. I didn't say anything. No one knew I was there. And the streamer, was again, there was no one in this stream I knew. And the streamer missed the station, and someone in the chat was like, "Oh, you Nebworth that one." And the streamer's like, "What do you mean I Nebworth that one?" "Oh, it means you missed the station." And I was like, "Why?"
That's hilarious. That streamer was probably like,
I think that's brilliant. It's just got all over the place. It's really cool.
It's going to end up in really random places now.
I really want to talk to West Coast Railways because they own 47245, which is the local I was driving when I flew past Nebworth at 90 miles an hour. I was not supposed to stop there. And I really want to talk to West Coast Railways about renaming or putting a name on 47245 and calling it Nebworth. I think
I
that would need
approve
to
of
be
that.
done. I think that needs to be done.
Yeah, you'd have to tell them exactly why.
The problem is, but normally when I tell most people why, and they're not into trains, they sort of, about 2 sentences in, you can see they glaze over. Like, oh, this is one of those stories, isn't it, Matt? Okay, let me know when you're done. Good morning, driver. Welcome to Dresden Hauptbahnhof. Yes, we are going in the same direction. You are in the cab of a DBBR 101 on an intercity service from Dresden Hauptbahnhof to Riesa, with a stop in Dresden Neustadt. At 9:55 a.m, you arrive in Riesa. Well, we'll see about that. Please allow passengers to board here before departing. Right. Well, again, we're not going to have the C for crazies on, so that we can actually enjoy the art of the route a bit.
Very good. So you're not going to Nebworth any of these ones because you're paying complete attention this time.
Well, actually, the goal is to Nebworth them. I'm not stopping at them. Look at this.
Oh, that's a great station.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't it pretty?
It's almost sad because there's so much going on out here that you don't really see because the route goes out the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Everyone agrees that is very pretty. It is.
Eldest carrot, someone made that with love. They did. They did. Possibly, a lack of sleep sometimes as well.
Maybe a few tears.
And there were many tears, I'm sure. Station like this does not come together quickly or easily. And neither should it.
It's magnificent.
Isn't that nice?
The detail.
The thing is, it's really cool because it's on multiple levels as well. It's not like it's all flat. So you've got the trains up on different layers on it as well. It is quite a feat. Really cool to see in the game.
That's fantastic. It is art. I agree. That's so well done.
But like even you look at this whole area with all the interchanging tracks, all on different heights, and it's a really complex bit of track to lay. So it just looks really interesting. Right, first stop. Time to go. Oh no, let's not do that.
What did you just do?
I powered up on a red light. That's serious.
Oh my goodness. Enter the Dragon said, "Oh, I was hoping he was gonna go."
Cheers. I always know I get full support from you lot.
They turned and said, "What a cracking route, so many different aspects to it." I agree.
Indeed.
It is, it's brilliant.
I'm sure that's a joke somewhere about the HL signalling systems, but...
Yeah. How many people worked on this route? Ooh, I don't know. Do you have any idea?
No, not off the top of my head. There is a credit section in the manual. So I kind of want to say the development-wise, maybe, I don't know, 10, 15? I don't know. I mean, kind of randomly generating a number that doesn't feel terribly wrong.
Let's have a look. See if we can find...
The credits don't mention everyone. No, they won't mention the internal team because it's just Dovetail, the internal team. And of course, there's some more the people that are always forgotten. The people, all the QA team, the community team, your good self. There's the publishing team, marketing team. None of this stuff happens without everybody mucking in.
This is very true. So the answer is a lot of people were involved.
Sorry?
The answer is a lot of people were involved.
Lots of people are involved, yeah. What speed does the 101 go up to? I think the max speed on the line is 160.
And what train is it we're driving?
This is a BR 101.
Ooh, good question. What speed does the 101 go up to on this line?
So the maximum line speed is 160, and that would be the line speed for this train. Had a brief moment's panic where I thought this was the station we were stopping at, but no, it's the next one. This is Dresden Mitte, if I remember rightly. 160 kilometers an hour is 125 miles an hour, which is generally, I think 125 miles an hour is the benchmark for high speed.
Well, it's still pretty fast, isn't it? It's
fast. It's pretty fast. It's not. It's not 300 kilometers an hour, no. But look at the scenery you get to see at lower speeds.
Was there ever a plan to update the HUD on Train Simulator?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
That probably means no, to be fair. Be careful, station head. Nah, not by the time I'm finished with it. Talent 2 coming in the other direction. Ooh, BR146 dot something going in that direction.
It's busy.
Yeah, there's tons of AI in the scenarios. They're really good.
I like that.
This is another quite impressive station. It's got a similar large presence.
Are you going to stop at this one?
We'll see.
Okay.
See how good the passengers are being. Made with love. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say this route has definitely been made with love.
Oh, BR103, Jellyfish. I do like a bit of BR103 action. The touristic livery is my favourite, just because it looks funny. Let's go and have a look around.
Whoever did this should be proud. I agree. Ooh.
Lovely. Right. Kind of like the scaffolding station, that one. Hey, Class 43 Harrison, how are you doing? Right, we are now non-stop for 50 kilometres.
Really?
Yep, all the way to Riesa.
Oh wow. That's such a long way without a stop.
Well, it's a non-stop train, so it doesn't stop.
That explains that then.
So we've got a sharp turn left. We're coming round this sharp turn up here. And shortly after that sharp turn, the speed limit goes up. Sweeping super elevation on this curve.
Ooh, I like this question from Riesa-Dresden. So, Nat and Matt, what's your favourite part about working at DTG?
Oh, it's better than doing a real job like I used to do. It doesn't feel like work, honestly. It doesn't feel like work. You know,
because you get to play with trains all the time.
I get to play with trains all the time, and I get to, you know, make the game I love. And you know, be around the people that make the game I love. Just as a fan of the train simulation, it's just really cool being around the people that make all of the stuff. You know, I am in the chocolate factory. Bluntly, you know, it is the kid in the candy store thing. So, you know, it is very much that kind of thing for me. There's so much stuff to do. There's great people to talk to. I'm really inspired by a lot of the people that I work with. It's fantastic. Dovetail are a really good company to work for as well. They're really supportive. So, you know, without a doubt, put all the trains, all the train glories on the side, and it's still the best company I've ever worked for. You know, and of course I'm going to say that on the street, but you're going to have to take it for just, you know, take it that I am being serious.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to say it. So, like, you could have left it out if you didn't.
No, this is true. This is true.
So yeah. Do you get excited when you see a route like coming together and you actually, like, start playing it?
It's great. So the first time I play a route, and I start seeing even the early days of it, it's just like you get that buzz of the first time I download. It's like, right, I'm finished on Southeastern High Speed, or I'm coming up on Southern. I better get the next one, going, and I can see where the team have got to. And, you know, quite often, you know, on the next one we're doing, by the time I come to it, it's like most of the scenery is already there, and it's just like I'm driving that, and it's still going to be a while before anyone, you know, it goes out to anybody else. But it's just like I get to play with that stuff and be part of shaping how that comes out. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
So my favourite part of working here, I enjoy so much of it. I think definitely getting to talk to the community, like, literally every day is really rewarding, and passing on that feedback and seeing the changes that get made based on, like, what I've said and stuff like that. That's really rewarding, knowing that, like, what I've said has had an impact.
Yeah.
So definitely enjoy that. And then, like you said, Dovetail are definitely the best company I've also worked for. So it's really nice. Yeah. And yes, Moggy, it is, sorry, how can I forget? It is, of course, speaking to you. That is the highlight of my day.
Speaking to Moggy is what it's all about.
Yeah, it is. I get up in the morning and I think, I get to speak to Moggy. But yeah.
Matt in the train factory sounds like a movie. Bit fast, really, for a bit of Colonel Cam action.
Oh, and I've also really enjoyed learning to drive all the trains.
That's something I still enjoy doing. Every time when the team start researching the different trains that are being made, and digging into the intricacies of it, and then having discussed sort of at the research level what we're going to do and how it's going to work, and then seeing that come together and being able to use those elements in the train. It's really cool.
There's like this bit of me when I'm learning to drive trains or something for a stream or something. This isn't work. Like, I'm being paid to play a game right now.
I think the first day when I joined the company, bearing in mind that, you know, I was a software engineer. My history is a software engineer, not games development. Yeah. I made database systems and call centers, telephone systems, and things like that. And so my first day as in this role, I'm in there, and I needed to check something that was on my system, which involved me playing train sim at work, and I felt so weird, like I was going to get caught out for playing games at work. And then Paul, who's the CEO, comes up behind me and he's like, "What are you doing there, Matt?" Now, in any other company, when your boss comes up to you and says that, what they mean is, should you be doing that? Yeah. Whereas actually Paul was like, "That looks really fun. What are you doing?" You know?
Yeah, there's definitely moments where it's just like I'll be playing the game for like an hour, and then someone will be like, "Oh, what have you been doing this morning?" And you're like, "Oh, well, you know, I've been playing this route." And you're like, "Oh yeah, what did you think?"
It's great.
Joe said, "Something I love about getting a new route is discovering the new places I've never heard of." That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're on the high-speed section now. We're now taking a different route to what we took before. How many years have I worked for Dovetail? I'm getting on for 9 years. I think it's either coming up to 8 years in April or 9 years in April. One of the two.
Wow. And I've been here 6 months.
And you're already a seasoned professional.
I am. I'm an absolute expert. I'm getting there. I'm definitely like so much better than I was. I've actually noticed like my knowledge improving, but
I'm still learning all the time.
Awful lot. I was going to say there's still an awful lot I want to learn. Initially,
it never stops, and neither should it.
Initially, my thought process was like learn to move the trains, learn to stop them, which is something I still need to practice. But now I'm going to go like into even more detail and like learn the safety systems, learn more signaling, all of that kind of stuff. How's the preparations going for the livery designer streams, Natalie? What practice have you been doing? Yeah, so I've been giving it a lot of practice. Basically, I want to be able to showcase what can actually be done on the livery editor and like teach you guys like how to maneuver it, because I think some people have struggled with it. So I just want to actually show you what it's capable of. But
I've seen some people who use the livery editor who, once they've sort of achieved a few things, they're surprised what they can achieve with it. Yeah. Once you get over learning a few basic ideas, and I think that's the key. Experiment. You're not going to lose anything if you get it wrong.
Yeah, one of the big things I had with it was like I struggled to move it around properly, like how to move the camera and what I could do with it, where I could place things, how it copied over and stuff like that. But once you get used to it, it just takes a little bit of patience, but it definitely gets easier with practice.
Yeah.
Mike Lawson said, are you liking trains more compared to before you started DTG now? Yeah, definitely. I was telling Matt before the stream, I noticed trains with things like television programs and movies and stuff now, like I never used to. And I'm definitely interested. I wouldn't say I'm like a huge enthusiast like Matt, but I'm definitely interested.
No one needs to be this bad. At this point, I've just got a problem.
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
Yoshi said, wow, it's the DBBR 101. I absolutely love it. Even if I don't have Train Simulator on PC, it's one of my favourite German passenger locos. Oh, well, I'm glad you like it.
It is cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Patriot Pal said it's past addiction, Matt. It's life.
It's life.
You're getting some good shots. I need to practice that. Jamie's always very good at getting good angles. Quiet Fox said, Train Simulator and Train Sim will turn you into a train nerd. They certainly do, and there is nothing wrong with that. A kernel can is being requested of you.
Well, now we're going a bit slower, it might be possible. Not really, no.
Oh, that's better.
Oh, hello, pink wagons.
Did we both just get excited at the pink wagons at the same time? Yeah.
It's only appropriate.
Ooh, Matt, if you could be a train driver, well, what would you like to be a train driver? And if you could, what train?
Well, I really like driving the Javelin. I mean, initially in TS 2021, and now in TSW2. And the reason is because of the variety, and I quite like that. I think that will break up your day quite a bit, you know, with the whizzy bit west of Ebbsfleet, and then the sort of like the normal bit east of Ebbsfleet. So I think that would be quite fun. But I don't know. It's it's not something you can really underestimate the skill required to drive a train, and just because we can do it in a simulator, it's not the same as having actual people's lives, in your hands when you're a real train driver. So, it's one of those things that I would love to have a go at. I don't know if I'd be good at, because it's amazing how many people. There's a really strict process, it's like an aptitude test for actually becoming a train driver, and it's got nothing to do with how well you drive trains. It's about what you observe, what you remember, what you recall, what you see, and how you pay attention, and how that attention. Because in reality, you obviously need to be in this game. If you fail to pay attention for a split second, who cares? Yeah. But if you do it in reality, bad things can happen, and so they basically want to make sure that whoever they have driving trains can do that. So it's really tough. But I like, as I say, in the game, I like just doing trains where I'm speeding up, slowing down. So probably that sort of thing.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if you got the opportunity to actually have a go. Which one you'd prefer?
I did drive a little shunter once, not very far. It was one of those driver for a $5 days at Bluebell Railway, and I was in cloud nine. I really was. It was like, you're letting me drive this train? Ah, yeah! That was good fun. It was, it was over way too quickly, but it was good fun. I enjoy watching when I've had cab rides. I enjoy watching drivers, do their work, because it's really interesting to see firsthand what people pay attention to, the little tricks they do. One of the things that I saw once was drivers have a way of remembering what they're doing so that they can never make mistakes. So, for example, one person I spoke to, what they did was, normally when you're driving, you're sat down and you're driving. What they would do is, at the end of some of their runs, they then have to go into buffer stop, go towards an end of road where buffers are, a bit like at the north end of Harrow Millstone with the Bakerloo stop. And what they would do is they'd stand up when they make that move.
Oh wow!
So that they're physically not in the same comfortable state they were, because they're driving towards buffer stops, and so they'd stand up. And there's little tricks like that drivers do. So it's always interesting, watching what their little tricks are, and the little techniques they have for improving their sort of what they're doing, and how they remember from one moment to the next, so that the day doesn't become this. It could easily become one moment moulding into another, and that's kind of where accidents start to happen, because you need to be in the moment all the time.
Yeah. If they didn't, if they were switching off, that's when you could have problems.
Yeah. Merseyrail drove a 96 stop on the Jubilee line when you turned 13. Oh, jealous.
Wow. Nigel said I've been in the cab a few times but never driven a train. I've driven a tram though. Cool.
Going up a bit of a hill here. No, I lost it. There it is.
Look at you go. Ben Roberts said I'm getting ready to apply to be a driver for Thameslink?
Thameslink.
Cool. I've never driven a train. Nice.
Oh, hello.
What happened there?
It's got a 130 limit coming up. Like, now.
Hey, you're not in a minus score. yeah.
Don't know how. I've not been paying any attention to what I'm doing. I thought everyone would like to see some nice views instead.
Clearly, that's the trick. Not paying any attention.
It's when I start paying attention, things go truly wrong. Yes, they do, LaserJet. In fact, when I did a rail tour with Braunton down to Kingswear, and when we got back up to Bristol, I think it was, they let me have a stand in the cabin and have a chat and take a photograph. So that was really nice, really nice.
Nice. Patriot Pal's asking, where is the next station?
Riesa. 11 kilometres away.
Oh, we're almost there. Oh, I like that shot. I like all these different, angles you're getting.
It's such an easy game to take great shots with.
You say that, but usually when I try, I end up speeding or something dreadfully. Although I guess it's quite easy to maintain speed when it's...
Well, that's one of the reasons. With a train like this, you not really have to do much other than sort of pay a cursory glance to it. Oh, it's that lovely station. Oh, hello. What happened there?
Maybe you can actually show everybody the one after it.
The what, sorry?
Maybe you can actually show everybody the station after it.
No, we'll be skipping that as well. Oh. That's going to be a thing now. Absolutely flat out refusing to stop at that station from here on in. Globits.
Look at you go.
Don't know if everyone knows this one, but in case you don't, I'll just wait for the train to get past.
Oh.
Right. If you're trying to catch up with a high-speed train, when you press the shift key, you can go even faster if you go higher.
Ooh,
It accelerates the camera if you go higher. Not a lot of people know that.
That is a good tip. Oh, goodness me. How did you do that? That was a bit cool.
Well, I've pressed a button on my mouse. I think it's the yard key button, but I can never remember which one it is.
I realise that's not deliberate, but I kind of like it. Mike Wilson said the train looked quite old. Is it supposed to?
Globits, there you go, everybody. Globits. Once the train has gone, thank you, train.
Oh, is this the station we didn't stop at
This
earlier?
is the station that no trains stop at.
Ah, yes. Ooh, look at this thing. Look at the lift.
The
I like
left.
that. The signal crossings, then.
Oh, level crossing gates, yeah.
Or level crossings. Yeah.
What we got going on? We'll speed up a little bit. Let's do that.
Liam said the aerial view looks like EastEnders. It does a bit.
Does it do that on TSW2? No, it doesn't. No. Second question. Should it? Possibly should. It is rather helpful.
Ooh. Is that a nice allotment? What are they growing?
Don't know.
Looks like
But
cabbages.
it looks like there's a lot.
They're definitely cabbages.
There's cabbages there, definitely.
Yeah. Maybe potatoes.
You got it, Joe. I think everybody else was just like, no, ignore him, make him go away.
Nigel says the scenery looks superb.
It does, doesn't it? The team have done an amazing job.
It does.
Coming up on Riesa. Matt seems to like hiding in the bushes. Indeed. You can get all the best photographs by hiding in the... Well, no.
Oh, gosh.
Alright, this is where we get the obligatory reflection shots. We should probably look at slowing down. Don't forget to slow down. No, slowing down's are for wimps.
You're about to fail after doing so well. You're actually in plus points.
There you go. That's a screenshot, isn't it?
I am mesmerised. Look at it go. That looks mega. Toby said it's lovely to watch it. I'm glad you like it. It's nice when people enjoy it.
Yeah. But the other thing is that one of the things I wanted to show with this is that you can either have the intensive, focus on it gameplay, or you can have the relaxed, just fly around trying to take some nice pictures with it and let the train do its thing by and large. So it's kind of, you can you pace the game how you want to pace it.
Yeah.
And before we finish tonight, one of the dev team did ask me to run a rail fan that apparently got some things I want to see in it. So I'm assuming that means paint pink containers, but it's only a little short one.
Okay.
When you Nebworth the German station, can we now shout "Oh Globbits" to you? Yeah, you asked that question like I'm going to be able to stop you, JP, but. It's cool there with the bridge in the background.
Yeah.
I got a well done scenario complete. It's an end. It's an end to my spell of failures.
Miracles do happen.
Every once in a while. Right, there we go. One last quick one before we finish up.
Okie doke.
We ain't got to do anything. I can't fail this. But I'll
sure?
probably find a way.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not tempt fate, shall we? I'm proud of you for doing so well.
Oh dear. Well, tomorrow, Matt, you can't do shots. You have to focus on this one. No, it's Jamie tomorrow, Toby. Jamie.
It is
and then
Jamie.
I think it's Natalie the week after, and then I'm the week after that. They figured I'd need that much time to prepare, not to be lousy.
He's our last hope. If
basically they've made it last as for crying out loud, Matt, don't use a dev build, don't mess it up.
Yeah. Basically.
At least get a score this time. Ooh, I like this route as well. Washington, Baltimore. Lots of Amtrak greatness.
We actually ended up doing it in like reverse order to the winners last time.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, I'll be driving it in 2 weeks, Toby.
He's going to be driving it on the correct build.
Hopefully. Right. Where are we? In Coswig, are we?
Where are we going? What are we doing?
Rideable. Well, at this point, we just fly around and we just wait for trains to come along.
Okay.
This is train spotting, and we see what delights the next 10 minutes will yield for where we are. Where are we? We are there just before. So okay, it's just before the split.
Ooh. The anticipation.
Fellow train spotters, you know the feeling when you're standing at the end of the station and you stare as hard as you can trying to see the next train coming through. It's like, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? And then you realise it's coming behind you. And there you go.
Case in point. I don't know why I'm like trying to get closer to my screen as if I think that's going to help.
Yeah, I know. You're getting into it now. Interesting junction work going on over here. Got a yellow signal there. So we've got to look at the signals and work out where we think there might be a train passed through. I mean, you could cheat and just press 9 and look at the map, and then you'd see all the trains, but...
Yeah, that takes the fun out of it, though.
Oh, we've got a green light down there, so we've got a train coming on this track.
Ooh.
J4V got recommended a documentary about a station in West Somerset, but you forgot to watch it. And here we go again, missing the train. Hey!
Oh, it's a good job you looked when you did.
Well, I hear it.
Oh yeah, I forget you've... Oh, wow, that's a lot of pink wagons.
Oh, that's amazing, isn't it?
Look at them all. They're magnificent.
If you haven't seen it yet, folks, look up the Ocean Network Express ship. They have a cargo ship. It's all bright pink. Well, magenta. Officially, the name of this colour is magenta. It's pink.
And I can hear the official... Is it stopping as well? Oh my gosh, it's so much pink.
Because it's not like it's a little boat. It's enormous.
I thought it was just going to be the containers that were pink,
No.
but the actual boat is pink.
Yeah. Did you put the one containers in your game yourself? No, I didn't, Wanda. I have other people that I need to bow down and thank for achieving this greatness, including the licensing team, who worked hard to get the license. When I sent them a thing saying, pretty please, can we talk to ONE and see if we can get their containers in the game? And ONE were actually really, really a big fan of the idea. They came down and saw us in the office.
Oh, that is
and said,
awesome.
"Oh, that's really cool. When can we see it?" And it's taken us a bit of time to get it in the game, but here we are.
I feel like if I was putting the containers on the ship, like with the white ones as well, I'd want to play like Connect 4 with them or something.
That music sounds good.
It does. Nice.
Freightliner have a Class 66 in one livery. They do indeed. There are a surprising number of pink trains out there. There's a Polish the Polish railways have got a bright pink BR182. It's another absolutely glorious looking train. There's an Australian coal company that have got a train which looks a bit like an ES44, an American train, and that's bright pink as well. For a coal train, you'd think they'd paint it black because of all the coal dust. But Dostos. Right, what do we got on the other end? It's a 146 dot what, folks? What do we think? 146 dot 0 or 2? 0 or 2? 0 or 2. Do you think it's a 2? I don't have a clue. It's a 0!
Damn it. I had a 50-50 chance.
Silly Australians. Awesome Australians. What are you talking about? Wonder if the coal train gets called Robbie. I must admit, I call them Robbies. I was like, here comes a Robbie. Yeah. A Robbie coal train.
That's so bad. It's like...
Seriously, it's not much more than you'd normally expect from me.
No, but... Oh.
Stay behind the yellow line. Behave yourself. 146.0.
Is the Azuma still available in Train Simulator 2021? Do you know?
Yes. It's part of the East Coast Main Line from Brightly, London to Peterborough. It's not really... It's the same class as the Azuma, but it's the prototype. So it's not liveried like an Azuma. Oh, hello, we've got green light over there. I'm gonna get done if I go on this end. I'm gonna go on the other end. You've seen those videos on YouTube where someone's got lined up for the absolute perfect shot of a steam engine, and then some miserable little commuter train gets in the way. It's like, here's the shot of a lifetime. It'll never happen again. Are you seriously?
It must be so disappointing when that happens.
I mean, I think it was one of the trips. I think it was the Flying Scotsman, and the person who they got. It was a Virgin high-speed train went shooting past and completely covered it up for them. And they posted the video online, and everyone was having a giggle and a laugh about it. And Virgin actually got in touch with them, and and it was really good. Apparently, there's a train coming down that way.
Is there now?
So the rumour is. There we go.
I'm getting like closer to the screen again. I can't stop.
I know, it's because you're excited.
I know, it's like I want to see it.
It's me. This is what this is. Me earlier.
Yeah, not stopping. Look at it go. That person drinking coffee. Share.
I hope you lot are taking numbers. There'll be a quiz in a minute. Probably should have told you that at the start, shouldn't I?
Joke's on you when they've actually been taking the numbers.
Oh, at least one of them would have been. Danny, remind me, does this thing say it's finished when it's finished, or does it keep? Does it just keep going and just stop delivering trains? Because there can't be that much left now. It says when it's finished. Okay, cool. We'll wait for the box that says it's finished then. One of the things, actually, look at this scene and you look at how much technical stuff that the route building team, it's not just down to the tracks and so forth. You've got the PZB magnets on the track all over the place. You've got the signals, and each of these signals is different, in terms of what other ancillary bits and pieces they've got. Whether that red board is on there, whether it's board with a yellow arrow on it, whether it's got these posts, hectometer posts on it. What we got here? Oh, another Intercity train coming this way. There's so many fine details all over the that need to be they're researched and then placed on the route. Can you spot at a big station like Dresden? When we finish, we'll just have a quick look at the scenario list. Now, there's two Railfan scenarios that it comes with, but there's nothing to stop people making their own Railfan scenarios and sharing them on Workshop. They're easy to make, to be honest. Probably the easiest of the type of a scenario to make, because you haven't really got to worry about. There we go. You haven't got to really worry about what your players are going to do. You're just going to spin trains all over the place. So that was some great action. Hopefully, you've captured lots of excellent photographs. No, I just enjoyed it. So there we go.
I was enjoying it too.
Sorry?
I was enjoying it too.
It was good. The Rail fans are quite good fun. Let's just quickly find out what the other one is. It's at Riesa, not at Dresden. It's at Riesa. Right, there you go, folks. That was the Dresden-Riesa route. It's out now with a 10% discount on Steam.
It is a 10% discount, so it's currently $22.49 in British pounds.
There you go. All right, have fun, everybody. Enjoy, and don't forget to come and support Jamie tomorrow in his bid for Challenge Greatness. We're all going to be there to support him. We know Jamie is where all our hope is, because seriously, don't trust me to do anything. I'll mess it up some way. It's something you really like. I forgot to wake up that morning. I don't know. But yes, come along and join Jamie tomorrow. And otherwise than that, have a great evening, and we'll catch you later. Thanks a lot, everybody. Bye bye.